Hi there Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for July, which can be a very exciting time for relationships, but potentially a challenging one as well. The narrative for this month begins with a much more practical dimension, with Mercury in the part of your horoscope to do with work, combining with Uranus in the part of your situation to do with where you live. And flexibility around your attitude to work can be a good thing. You may even find yourself doing some kind of part-time role, partly at home, or starting a business completely from the comfort of your abode. But the relationship part of your situation comes sharply into focus as soon as the second, when there is a full moon in your sign opposing the sun in Cancer. Both positions are angling positively to Neptune, suggesting that if you can listen to the mood music, it will help you to deal with any challenges that might come up this month, but also tune into any potential opportunities. Because this is a month which really can see you thinking very, very carefully about how you interact with people, but especially one person in particular. Now this is because the Sun from the 3rd goes into an opposition with Pluto in your sign, tiny Pluto, fantastically important influence. It's followed by on the 9th by Mars going into opposition with Pluto. Now Mercury is also moving into Cancer on the 9th, and that too briefly opposes Pluto as well. Now because Pluto is in your sign, it's made you much more mindful of your rights over the last 7 or 8 years. And it's made you much more determined to have your voice heard, which can be an entirely positive thing. But these three influences can make people very dogmatic, very intractable in their positions, and not prone to negotiate, compromise and give and take. And that's something just to bear in mind, because there is in fact a sensational link between Venus, the planet of love, and Jupiter, the planet of fortune, in the first 2 weeks of this month, which actually can trigger something quite wonderful as far as an intimacy with one particular person. But it could be almost life-changing. If you're someone who's never really had a very serious relationship, one could come along. It may be exciting, it may be wonderful, but it can also rock your foundations. On the other hand, if you've been in a long-standing relationship and the balance of power between the two of you has been fairly set, that could start to shift. It's almost as if the tectonic plates underneath both of your feet are altering. It may not be anything either of you are doing mindfully or deliberately, but it's just evolving, which is what basically Pluto's about, evolution. So your attitude to relating can change. What you crave, what you need, or what you won't put up with are all up for grabs. And it won't be until the 16th, when there is a new moon in Cancer, that you can start to make a bit more sense of it. But also Venus is going to clash with your ruler from the 7th through to the end of the month across 2 different zodiac signs. The suggestion here is that as much as you may have an ideal about how you'd like a relationship to be, I do feel that there could be more passions, more issues around control, money, even sex, than perhaps you're aware of. So if you are being a little bit too idealistic, that could be challenged. However, the Sun does move on the 23rd, followed by Mercury on the 24th, into the sign of Leo, joining up with Jupiter. However, Venus has vacated this location on the 19th, moving into your sister air sign of Virgo. The significance of all this is that I really feel that you can start to try to weigh everything up. There could be much more impulsive acts earlier in the month, but the end of the month is all about letting the dust settle and weighing up what it all really meant, especially when Venus moves into a retrograde on the 25th, suggesting there's a lot of thinking to do and maybe a lot of talking too. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.